guys, welcome to my third video. So today I'll be talking about this book, Silent Alarm by Jennifer Banash. Wow, even the mention of that book is just, if you don't notice, I'm just a little speechless because it was just so, I don't know, phenomenal's not the right word, but it's just very powerful. It silences the crowd, you know? It just, I don't even know where to start. Well, Silent Alarm is about, well, it starts off with this boy named Luke who walks up to school just like any other day, but this time he comes with a gun and he shoots 15 people and then he walks to the lab to shoot himself. It's not a very good first impression, but it was very like alarming. Pun, haha. Well, sorry, that was bad. I didn't write that. The 15 people that he killed didn't include his sister, who has to, with the other members of his family, just kind of figure out what they did wrong and how to survive the aftermath, how to endure how they're being treated because of this. And it's just a very, not just gut-wrenching, but like heart-wrenching. It'll rip your heart out and tear it to pieces before lamely just slamming it back into your heart. It was just all about unconditional love and letting go at the end. And that made me tear up. You could ask my sister. I was crying after the library at my grandma's house. It was just really sad. I don't even know what to say other than that. I felt the emotions on the page, and those were, yeah. Even though the story might have been fake, it was based off of true story. These things do happen, and the emotions were real. I felt every part of it. I could not relate specifically to that story, but the betrayal and the heartbreak and letting go is all too familiar. But yeah, I didn't choose this book just because it was one of the best books I've read. It was very, very good. It was the emotion, it was the reality, it was the rawness of the book, and also in particular it was the relevance to our lives that this book has. This year alone, despite being in summer for about a month and a half, there have been an average of one school shooting per week. And that's just this year, 2018. And what a lot of people don't understand is that, yeah, one thing, not the school shooters are still high schoolers. And two, although some may go through some domestic violence, others are like completely fine. Some of them do have mental illness, but in America alone, 1 in 4 people is known to have a mental illness. So there's a big difference than being mentally ill and shooting up a school. What I'm trying to say is that just because you are mentally ill does not mean you're going to shoot up a school. There's a big difference from the two. It's 1, how you take care of it, and B, access to guns. Like, for example, if you look at the statistics between now and 50 years ago, people didn't go and shoot up the schools. And not only that, but if you look at us and other countries like Australia, who they don't have it's not easy for them to access guns. And because of that, I don't think there's been a shooting, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the past year. I'm not blaming any administration. I'm just thinking that we should do something to help. And that one thing, like a lot of people, if you look at the news reports, a lot of the families didn't even know their son or daughter owned a gun. So I think it's also the accessibility to those guns. Another reason I chose this book is because it happens a lot and people want something to blame it on. And a lot of people blame it on the person, which is, yeah, although the person had to, something triggered it, no matter how bad it is, but it shouldn't cause you to kill a bunch of people. Yes, that I understand, but there's also, a lot of people don't gain any satisfaction from that. they need to blame it on someone who they can see suffering because of that. And a lot of times that's the family. But like I said, a lot of times although sometimes it's domestic violence, there are other times when there's no reason, like the family has no idea this is happening, and they just thought it was a phase, and it was just, yeah, a lot of people blame it on the parents, but they don't realize the parents have also lost, and the family has lost somebody. That's what they don't understand. And when you see the messages, it's just awful. And I think the author did a really good job about portraying this from the sister's point of view, because that way we can see it from the family's perspective, how the family, it's not just the family and loved ones of the people who died, the victims, but also the person who killed himself. Because, yeah, that's definitely one of the more important parts. I just think that if we want to solve this problem, we should do it as a collective whole. Like, this wasn't happening before, and now that we're so divided because of the different, like, political parties, it's hard to come to a consensus. But I feel like we should all forget about our political differences, forget about everything, and kind of just join together to kind of solve this problem. Because these are the lives of children, and not just high schoolers. Like, if you remember Sandy Hook, that was awful as well, and I think we should definitely try to change that. So those are the reasons that I chose this book. But yeah, thanks for listening. I know this video hasn't been as cheerful as the last two, but I mean, I just think it's really important for us to know about this. And anyways, at the back of this book, there are a couple numbers that I want you guys to know about. Here, let me see, let me go. So, yeah, here, let me read the resources page for you. Silent Alarm is a work of fiction, but sadly, events like those depicted in these pages have become all too common. If you or someone you know is suffering from depression or anxiety, contemplating suicide, or talking about committing a violent act, please reach out for help. There are people who will talk to you, who will listen. So there's Speak Up, 1-866-SPEAK UP, which is in parentheses 773-2587, or at www.speakup.com. There's also the Crisis Call Center, 1-800-273-8255, or you can text and there will be answers to 839-863, crisiscallcenter.org. And there are so many resources out there for you. You should not be suffering alone. There are answers. There are people who love you, who care about you, and there are people who, even if they don't know you, they want to help out. And I'm also one of those people. So if you want to talk to me, I'm here. You can DM me on Instagram at josephinesreads, or email me, josephinesreads at gmail.com, and I will try my best to help you out. But in the end, you are the one in control, so you can determine what happens. And the first step is asking for help. So yeah, thank you for watching. Yeah, I am sorry, I'm still so speechless. But anyway, yeah, thank you for sticking with me, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.